Joining us today is Karen O'Donnell. Karen O'Donnell is the creator of Your Inner GPS System. Karen is the coach, an inner GPS coach, and she assists clients in uncovering and clearing out limiting beliefs that are roadblocks that are encountered upon life's journey that help us to step out of our own way, to live the life of the potential that we actually have. Karen has written about her inner GPS system in her #1 best-selling book, Discover Your Inner GPS. Karen, you're very welcome to Recovery Hour guest vlog today.
Sandra, thank you very much, and I'm delighted to be on your program. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to explain to the viewers that I asked Karen to come and talk to us today because Karen's book is one of those books that for a reader like me that needs to be able to understand the information very accessibly. And Karen has written about limiting beliefs in a language that makes it very easy to understand and identify what your own limiting beliefs are. So Karen, we are handing the stage over to you to help us understand what is a limiting belief.
Thank you, Sandra. Limiting beliefs. Beliefs are what are put in place for us as children. Not religious beliefs, but it's things we take on board as a belief. Our life depends on it, and they can be, some of them can be helpful. They're rules that our parents give us, don't cross the road, it's not safe, all these things. They preserve us. Limiting beliefs are rules we take on board that limit us, that might even mute part of our personality. We take them on board, and so we might take on board a belief that we're not good enough, that we can't fit in, that we're unlovable. There are hundreds of beliefs, and we take these on board based on perhaps an incident in our childhood, usually before the age of 10.
That's very interesting, Karen. And what part of the process can you give the viewers today to help them recognize what their own limiting beliefs might be? Is there a little tip you can give our viewers today?
A limiting belief is what the mind puts in place to keep you safe. So if your mind is saying things like you shouldn't, you're not, if it actually puts you down, if it questions you, if it makes you feel small, they are usually, that's a good sign there's a limiting belief at play there. Whereas if you have the voice in your head saying, wow, you can do anything, they're more expansive and positive. That's not limiting belief. That's their opportunities, and that's your spirit or your soul, giving you insights into what you can achieve. But if it's a voice in your head saying, oh, look, there you go, you'll never fit in, nobody loves you, that's all feeding from a limiting belief. It's where we use our reticular activating system. If we have a thought that's negative, then our mind is on lookout to find it, to get confirmation that's true. So if we have a belief you're not good enough, your reticular activating system is basically just looking out for signs to make that a true statement. And so you'll be zoning in on that. Look, I knew it. I knew I was no good. There could be other times when we are good, but we don't actually just look at those. So it's a programming, an early programming.
And it's very interesting you say that for our viewers in Recovery Hour anyway, and maybe viewers not in Recovery Hour, but for our Recovery Hour family anyway, we would talk about those things very freely, the things that we believed. We believed that I wasn't picked for the sports team because I was no good, And while there may have been some element of truth there because I hadn't practiced or I wasn't fast enough to do the running around the pitch or wherever, I wasn't looking at what I was good at. I wasn't looking at the lovely artistic ways that I had about myself, and I zoned in on I was never picked for the team, and I wasn't interested in the team, but I always believed then that I would never be picked.
Yes.
And it did actually, now that you say that, it did actually stop me from even venturing into any kind of physical activity in a competitive way, because I just assumed I'd never be a part of the team.
And so you can see there, Sandra, that's a great example of where one limiting belief can lead you into actually, closing in on yourself even more.
Yeah.
Not venturing out. Oh, I'm not even going to try that. Why bother? I'll never be picked. Nobody likes me. It just Yes, that is the realm of limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
With,
And it's interesting because when you're talking about how it mutes your personality, I remember particularly myself, I thought I was really clever in hiding. You know, I would have been, come schoolyard time, I would have hidden somewhere, you know, and I would have appeared when the game was started and all that sort of stuff, and you had no chance of being picked, you know. But there was a certain sense of relief in that. There was this kind of, oh, thank God, I got away with that. But constantly living in that, constantly only being able to feel relief because I didn't enter into that sphere at all when it came to sports. And there's loads of other areas I could talk about, but that one just kind of sprung to mind. So I never gave myself the opportunity to see what I was good at.
completely understand. Yeah, I was similar, very similar. You know, you don't try, then, and if you don't try, then you can't be let down.
Yes.
You can't fail. So it actually, you know, it feels comfortable. You know, there's a sort of there's a comfort knowing that if I don't try, okay, then I won't be shown, that I won't be rejected. You know, so all that plays into it. So we can
And
see how
the layers of the safety mechanism
yes.
kick in then. I won't feel rejected. I won't feel that I wasn't picked. And that's where then we feel this armor around us then.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And that would be a very common thing that we would hear, particularly in the recovery sphere, where people are talking about those kind of things, and they would give those kind of things as examples. And the other example would be particularly around relationships, because relationships are a huge mirror back to us. But if I'm understanding correctly, if I feel I'm not lovable, it's unlikely that I will attract a person into my life who wants to love me or wants to receive my love. And if I do attract that person in, I'm going to look for the ways where love isn't.
Yeah.
Because I believe I can't have love in my life.
Absolutely. And you said it there. If you have a feeling I'm unlovable, that's what you're putting out there. So your reticular activating system again has a belief I'm unlovable. It is going to look for proof that that's a true statement. So you'll attract people in who make you feel unlovable, who treat you badly. Or if actually a good person manages to bypass your filtering system, your mind will say I'm unlovable. So in order to make that a true statement, you'll act out. You'll do stuff that'll make that person either leave you. And there again, true statement, you're unlovable.
I'm unlovable.
Yeah, it's what a system, and it's quite intricate, that whole limiting belief. But we need to just cut through it.
Yes. And the inner GPS, just explain to us a little bit about what that is. Actually, no, do you know what? We're going to go to a break, and we're going to talk about what the inner GPS is, and then how that helps us to recognize our own limiting beliefs and what then we can do to move beyond them. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this break.
Lovely.